you guys. If you have theories, please shoot them to me. I love to hear them. But we're going to jump into the comments real fast. Probably actually only about 5 minutes or so of that. And we are going to run through these. I'm going to answer some of your guys' questions real fast. And then I've got something to tell you kind of regarding this stream, the Look Deeper page, the Patreon, and everything else. All that's interconnected. So, Hornet must have been taught all of the information she should know as a descendant of the Pale King while growing up. Exactly. If she knows all of this stuff and she knows that she knows that the Pale King kind of did some terrible deeds. She knows of the Radiance and that it's the core of the infection, and she knows that the Void could be united. Who would teach her these things? Where would she grow up? The in-game clues really point to the Weavers with her needle and the silk. However, the lore clues, from what we've just been through tonight, knowing what Hornet knows, really points to the White Lady, and that cradle is actually Hornet's. Yes, I know there's fucking shade music playing in there, guys. I get that. It's more like a music box. No, the Weavers are not from Hallownest. And they very well could be from Farloom. And that's another theory. And like I said, I can't really talk on Farloom so much because we don't have enough information on Farloom. I will go through the pictures. I will go through trailers. And you guys are probably going to see it all. We're going to go through that. We are going to look at those clues like I was doing this morning, like I was doing today. I'm going to try and find those clues. But I really don't want to throw anything out there as far as speculations because I want this game to be new. I want it to be fresh. And I want you guys to experience the same way I do. And we get to explore that lore together. God, guys, yeah. That seal of binding really, like I said, Simone, it was an amazing theory on your part. I really liked it because it does tie directly into our siblings, and so our sealed siblings ending, and so we know that she can make it. It being made out of silk and her using the silk is phenomenal. It being incomplete to a point is just another really cool clue that, hey, maybe she knew of it, but she didn't know all of it. She didn't quite have it perfected. Do I think that Hornet and the Knight have sibling love for each other, considering Wingnos is pretending to be Hornet to lure the Knight? That's a good question. I think the Knight is too much Void to actually be affectionate, and I think Hornet is doing her duty. And the only reason I think she's doing her duty and shows us no affection is literally from her names in Godhome. She's Protector and she's Sentinel. She's protecting the kingdom. Sentinel, she's watching over the kingdom, the King's brand. She doesn't feel that love. Even when her mom dies. Oh my god, we totally forgot to talk about that. Yeah, we kill her fucking mom. And if you've done the correct steps, and I'm not going to throw all the steps out there, but if you've done them in the correct order, Hornet actually shows up and talks about her mom being killed. And here's another really big step where she actually apologizes to her mom and says, I'm sorry for not acting, but there may be another way. She realizes that we may have that strength to actually kill the Radiance instead of just seal the Radiance to finally end what's been going on. And she allows her mom to get killed, and she actually says that the burden has now shifted to her. So her mom dying has taken that weight and it's now placed it, what she feels like, on her shoulders. I did take your advice and did the stream shirtless. I told you guys I would. Do vessels age? Could Hornet have been around since the fall of Hallownest? I'm assuming that happened ages ago. They even built statues of the Hollow Knight and the Dreamers. So, do vessels age? Everything ages. plain and simple. Do they grow up? I think is really what that question meant. And no, vessels don't grow up. Hornet did grow up. Vessels do not. And the proof we can find from this is really in God. Everyone's going to say, hey, yes, they do grow up. The Hollow Knight. The Hollow Knight was trained and raised to prime form, right? Perhaps that's a vessel's prime form, and if you want to call that growing up, sure. But no, I don't think they do. I imagine there was a lot more going on with the Hollow Knight than what we're shown. Obviously, the Pale King has that workshop in there. He's experimenting with Void. I imagine the Pale King was willing to do anything because, you know, no cost is too great. And so when they trained him and they raised him up, there were probably also, let's call it, augmentations done. And I don't want to use that in like the scientific or science fiction-y terms, but I want to say that probably the Pale King had a lot more to do with Hollow Knight's size than anything else. Because when we beat the pure vessel, Hollow Knight in his pure form, the cutscene we get, he's no longer that size anymore. He actually reverts back to the size we see him in the memory from Path of Pain, in the memory we see in the Abyss. So I believe that the Pale King probably has more to do with his size than anything else. Not the fact that vessels grow up. Because they're dead, they're done, they don't grow. Hornet does because she's not Void. She's not dead. Or guys, what if she is Void? What if she's Void and when we die in Silksong, that cocoon is actually just surrounding her shade? And nobody wants to admit it because when the screen turns black, that's not actually a screen transition, that's Void. Oh, yeah. No, that's fucking retarded. Get out of here. No, Hornet's not Void. But guys, I want to say thank you for joining me. I have to give, and like I said, you guys give the Patreons a huge fucking thank you. They are the ones, like I said, that are keeping this going. If you guys want to, if you can, help me out down in the Patreon. I will link it down below. If you guys like this, check out the page. The Look Deeper page puts all of these thoughts and theories into a coherent fucking form and then throws them up onto the page. Patrons, you're still slated to get about one Look Deeper a week, roughly. The page is slated to get about 1 to 2 a month. So if you guys want to read more of those and you want to see them early, and in some cases a lot earlier, jump on the Patreon. I don't do it in tiered systems, guys. $1 is the same as donating $100, but it really does help me out. Like I said, maybe I'll fucking buy some AirPods with that shit. I'd like to keep it going through Silksong. If I get the money, like I said, through Patreon, I'll fucking stream it over in geo posting, and we'll ruin those fuckers night, opening night. I've got the Switch already, so that's not a problem. It just helps with setup, guys. These things take a ton of time, and I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys joining in. If you guys have theories, please DM them to me. Shoot them down in the comments if you want to. Whatever's easiest for you. I want to read them. I want to know what you guys think because I've got a lot of ideas. Something else I'd like to do is I would like to talk Silksong, but not during one of these. I want to keep these Thirsty Thursday Drunken Discussions, I want to keep them more based in solid lore we have. Not really speculative, but if you guys have those theories, I want to hear those as well. Obviously, the one that's a Puppet Master is floating out there. It's huge. Obviously, we see the Silk coming up. I really like that theory. I've got a lot of theories of my own, linking a lot of things that I found in the game. Like I said, I've got about 100 pages of notes on Silksong, which is fucking ridiculous because when it launches, I can't imagine how many more I'm actually going to have. But guys, this takes time. This takes effort, and I enjoy doing it. and I hope you guys enjoy being a part of it and watching it and reading the theories and reading the alternate views on the Lord self. Matt threw up one this week, and it was the fastest Look Deeper I've ever written, just because he kind of threw out a theory that lined up with something I was already researching, and it was very easy to make those connections. So if you have those theories, throw them to me. You heard me tonight. I will credit you. Not every theory that I'm going to write is going to be my own. That's a fun challenge to try and do somebody else's theory, and I hope I do them justice, guys. Thank you for joining me, and this one's for you guys. Night.